All right, guys, we're back. It's Tuesday, February 2nd. New month, new lock committee. Pretty exciting. A little bit slightly new rules. Quick recap from the weekend and last month. Closed out January strong. All right, Sunday, 11-6 on the picks, 2-1 on the locks. For the weekend, just to show you how hard we went and how well we did. 20-13-2 on the picks over the weekend, 5-2 on the locks. We were raking, hit a ton of parlays. Had a snow day yesterday. Probably should have put something up. Wasn't super active with all the shoveling and sledding with the kids and everything. But I was betting, raking, hitting college parlays. Yesterday was fun. So good start to the month yesterday for me too, just to get the juices flowing and the positive vibes out there for what is to come. Overall for the month, 94, 104, and 5 locks, 22 and 37. Not very strong. I did so poorly there. There was like a 2-week period that just kind of destroyed it for me. So even with that strong finish, just wasn't enough. Sean, 26 and 1 on the locks. It was neck and neck between him and Steve for the January champion. Steve, 12 and 15. Overall, the winning percentage there, Steve got him. Steve is the winner for the month. Chrissy Moneyline locks, 1 and 3. Ineligible, not enough picks. But Stevie player props. Overall, month of January winner. Congrats to him. I'm coming for that spot this month, baby. New lock committee this month. You got me, Sean, Steve, and now Spencer the Soccer God is here. He is ready to throw down, ready to show us that he can compete also. He's been going strong since he joined the boys, so I'm looking forward to the competition. We'll just get right into it. Shawnee Sizzle, only a little bit of action from my boy tonight. Think he's trying to stack for the Super Bowl still, trying to play conservative, but all he's doing tonight, Clippers, same game parlay, Clippers Nets. Clippers minus 1.5, over 242.5. And those both happen to be his locks also. Spencer the Soccer God, he's got a couple college parlays for us. Iowa, Michigan State, over 154.5. UNC minus 2.5. Tennessee, money line. Parlay number 2, Tennessee minus 3.5. Arkansas minus 7.5. BYU minus 11.5. SPP, my boy, Stevie Player Props. He's got some hockey action for us. You know, I love it. I don't know why. I love it when I get the hockey, the soccer, and stuff like that from these guys, just because I don't bet it enough. I don't do it enough, so I like seeing those picks come in because I know some of you guys do. All right, NHL parlay. Blues, Oilers, Canadiens, all money line. NBA parlay, another money line from them. Wizards, Nets, Pacers, Raptors, Celtics, and Jazz. Go over my straight up picks, and then we'll get into the locks from everybody and just get this month going. Straight up picks for me, NBA. Clippers minus 1.5. They're playing Brooklyn. Brooklyn is, I think right now, number 2 overall in offensive rating. Maybe number 1. I can't remember. For some reason, I thought there's another team out there, but let's just say Brooklyn's number 1 offensive rating. Last in defensive rating. Clippers can play some defense, and the Clippers can play some offense. This is why all these Sixers fans wanted Harden. I'm telling you, it's not going to work. The dude doesn't play defense. He's not. It just neither here nor there. Clippers can play defense, and they can hang offensively with the Nets. I think the Clippers got it done tonight. Wizards minus 2.5. They're kind of on a roll right now. A huge win against the Nets. I had the Nets. I picked the Nets. I didn't think that's the thing. The Wizards aren't even on a roll. They got smoked like 7 games in a row, and then they end up beating the Nets. There's something about that team, though. I think they're going to get it done. Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook, I think they can do this. Minus 2.5. Warriors plus 2.5. They're at home against the Celtics. I think they win this game, honestly. I think the Celtics are the better team, but the Celtics, I see them, they're moving into that frustration mode that we're used to seeing from the Sixers year in and year out, losing these games that they shouldn't lose. That is what I see in the Celtics team this year. I know it's driving their fan base crazy. and I hate to break it to you, you're gonna lose your mind tonight because I'm telling you the Warriors win this game. But I like them plus 2.5. Pistons Jazz over 217.5. Spreads 12 points. It's a little bit big for my liking. I think the Jazz absolutely win this game, but 12 is a lot of points. The Pistons aren't great, but 12 is a lot of points. I'm not sure about that. I like the over 217.5 though. All right, college. I'm on college lately. I love it. I love betting it. I've been raking on it. So what is there not to love? All right, tonight I like Purdue plus 3, Baylor minus 5.5 at Texas. I went back and forth on this one a lot. I was almost on Texas, but I think Baylor's just a little bit too much. Tennessee minus 3.5. I really like Tennessee. UNC minus 2.5. I'm starting to come around on them too. Iowa minus 9.5. They're playing Michigan State. Whew, fuck Michigan State. I'm so out on them. I swear to God, Iowa, you better cover this. I think they blow them out, but you better cover this 9.5 points. Illinois minus 2.5 tonight. I think they're playing Indiana. It makes me nervous because I've said before the cannibalistic nature of the Big Ten. Everybody's beating everybody. Bad teams in the Big Ten are beating good teams in the Big Ten. And a lot of it is home court advantage, surprisingly, because you don't have the atmosphere with the fans. But the home teams have been doing very well, even when you wouldn't think that they would. And this is a road game for Illinois, but I think it's actually starting to shake out a little bit, and the cream is rising to the top, and these better teams are taking care of business, even on the road. And this is all strictly Big Ten. I like Illinois tonight, minus 2.5 at Indiana. Penn State at Wisconsin. Now, they just beat Wisconsin in Happy Valley. Penn State has looked very good recently. The line is 8 points. I think I've seen it at 8.5. I got it at 8, but I think it's up to 8.5. I like them to cover. I don't know that they're gonna win this game, and it's on the road, which is rough. But like I said, that home court advantage for whatever reason was so strong earlier. It seems to kind of be fizzling a little bit. I think they cover this, and I think they got an outside shot to win, but I think they cover it. And over 138, I'm looking at that number. I think that's low for this game. And, Penn State, they've had a few low-scoring games, but they've had a lot of high-scoring 150s. But Penn State plus 8, over 138, and that is my little baby parlay of the night. I'm betting that together. Locks, first night of locks for February. Very excited. And here's the thing, Spencer, the soccer god, all right? He's going to pick soccer games. Europe's not on the same schedule as us, so these games are earlier in the day. I put his locks out on Twitter this morning just so that it would be out there, that it was official that he picked these, so you don't think there's any funny business going on with the picks. But so he did have 2 soccer games in his locks. They've already been played. Like I said, they were on Twitter, so you can see it there. I'm giving them to you anyway, and I'll give you the results real quick also. So Spencer's got Man U and Bournemouth. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know. I'm not a linguist. Man U and Bournemouth, both money lines. Man U won, Bournemouth lost. So he's 1-1 there, but he's also got Tennessee minus 3.5. Those are his locks for the night. So he's already 1-1. Let's see if he can get to 2-1. Stevie Player props, Pacers money line, Canadians money line, Baylor money line. I don't know about the hockey. I like the rest of it. I mean, God, this guy's going to jump out to a 3-0 lead on us already. Shawnee Sizzle, Clippers minus 1.5. Love it. Already told you these were his locks. Clippers minus 1.5 and over 242.5. I love the Clippers pick. I almost feel like the over is too obvious. I mean, obviously I'm rooting for my boy. I hope he hits. I hope he makes some money. But now watch, it'll be combined 300 now. But I don't know. I'm worried it's a little bit too obvious. And the Clippers do play defense. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But Penn State, Wisconsin, over 138. Clippers minus 1.5. Iowa minus 9.5. Iowa, you better cover this. You better beat the hell out of Michigan State tonight. All right. So first lock committee of the month. We're going with the standards. House Whiskey, Busch. You know we love them both here. Oh man, exciting time. I finished out January so strong. Carried that momentum into yesterday. It was, it was real nice getting a snow day yesterday. Hang out with the kids, drinking hot chocolate. The shoveling sucks, but betting on some basketball games that I might otherwise not have been able to bet on. Indiana State was making me money yesterday. Evansville, man, I've been on Evansville the past 2 days. Ever since, I think it was last year, they beat Kentucky. Ever since then, I don't know. I love that team. I love they're like purple and black, and I mean they can ball. Like they're pretty good. At least and they're like mid-major, I guess, like in their conference and playing against their teams. Like I like them, and hey, they're helping me rake, so can't be upset about that. All right, guys. Here we go. All right, guys. Doing Tuesday, Thursday this week. Weekend, we got the Super Bowl, baby. We got the Super Bowl. I'm very excited. Saturday's obviously going to be basketball day. Probably get some hockey picks from the boys, maybe even some soccer. But it is all gearing up for Sunday. I'm very excited. It's going to be a great game. Mahomes versus Brady. Chiefs Bucks. I'm pumped. Let's rake. Let us stack this week all week long so that we can just go hard on the Super Bowl. Check me out on Twitter. Check me out on TikTok. I'll be throwing picks out on Twitter. I'll be throwing parlays and stuff that maybe we didn't get to during these off days. Obviously, I'll be getting bets on there. I love you guys. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on Thursday.